Hi, I'm Trish and I've been talking with you about the stages of growth in the ancient fairy tales and using my book, Swamp Walking Woman, to illustrate what I'm saying. I know you can't read this title correctly, it's backwards, but I'll give it to you straightforward elsewhere in this little clip. We talked before in a previous movie clip about the stages of growth, and it starts with innocence, and when the person has lost their innocence is the point where they feel abandoned, lost, and that can be a physical lostness, as Swamp Walking Woman getting lost in this surprise swamp, or it can be a more mental or spiritual lostness, like let's see, the things the adults around me are teaching me don't seem to work, or they don't seem to live the words they say, and I am rudderless here. I don't have any guidance from these supposed elders. There's a lostness in that too. Question is, what happens next after that feeling of abandonment, that feeling of, well, I'm all alone here, and I guess it's just up to me because nobody's going to help me. What does the protagonist in a fairy tale do next? The next stage is the martyr. And by that we mean that the person is discovering something about self-sacrifice in trying to right the troubles of the world. The troubles of the world are obvious all around at the stage of Orphan. There are enemies in the environment, just floods and storms, and there are also enemies in terms of people with some different intentions about what should happen to you, people who maybe want to capture you and use your power to weed their garden, you know, that sort of thing. There are all kinds of things that can come up to the orphan. But anyway, at some point that orphan kind of decides, well, okay, somebody's got to change things. Somebody's got to make some kind of a personal sacrifice here. If I can't have the dreams that I thought I would have in my life, then I will give up me. I will give up myself to make things better. And sometimes there's a big sigh there, or even tears. It's like, oh dear, well, I guess I can't have the life, the dreams that I wanted, but surely by my sacrifice someone can have them. And Swamp Walking Woman reaches that stage after she's slogged through a lot of muddy water and looked for her little girl's parents, and just is finding no luck or no help. One evening she sits down and she just cries and cries and cries. It's just all too much. And she feels like all is lost. There's the big sigh. There's the martyr. And Swamp Walking Woman would gladly sacrifice herself for this little child if she could only figure out what sort of sacrifice would do. Swamp Walking Woman is also almost without choice a wanderer, because she's lost in this swamp and has to keep looking for people, for food, for a place to sleep for the night. So she does wander. And those two stages I'll talk about in the next clip can be reversed. You can be the wanderer first, or you can be the warrior first. Many people take on being a warrior before they become a wanderer. You can go either way, and we'll talk about that further.